Yeah, hello, legends. Welcome once again to another episode of Wavematics Weekly Forecast. And my name is Peter Pearl. And if you are joining us for the first time, this is where we look into the markets for the week and look at the profitable trade setups that we are going to have within the week. Before we continue on, if you are joining us live now, let me know in the comment section if the sound is okay. And if you are seeing the screen and everything is all right, let me know in the comment section if the sound and everything is clear before we continue. So we'll be jumping straight. We'll be jumping straight into this analysis and okay. Hamza has joined us live. I'm seeing Madin also live with us. So before we get everything okay, I'm getting a confirmation from an answer that everything is okay. So we can jump straight into today's episode and look at what's trade setups, because there's been a lot of trade setups that we are going to look at. So let's quickly jump into the markets. As you are watching the live streams, to let me know where you are watching us from. I'm connecting from you from Brampton, Ontario. And let me also know where you are connecting us from, what city, and as family, as legends, so that we can connect and have a very wonderful time together. We'll be starting today's analysis as usual with the dollar index, because we always look at what is happening in the bigger picture on the dollar index before we know how to trade the major pairs and the other pairs too. So before as we look at the dollar index, let me take you to the legendary trade room and show you some of the higher time frames. So now we've been tracking this particular scenario. This is the legendary trade room. This is the members area chatbot charts, and we have the trading room too. So in this particular section, they are able to get all the chart analysis from weekly and everything. I'm not able to share all the analysis that we have in the live streams. So if you're a member, you can just access your dashboard and get the weekly and everything together with this particular one. So now in let's quickly look at the weekly time frame. This is what we've been looking at. The weekly time frame. It's been an analysis from, I think, from January 9th. We've still been tracking this particular chart. So now we are having a wave A, wave B, and we are looking at a 1-2 and a 1-2. So we are expecting a downward move, which we are getting right now. We are getting that downward move right now. So now when we go to the daily, section, this is what we are tracking. We were looking at an ABC of a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and inside this particular fib zone we had that ABC, and now there's a downward move. So in this particular week we are anticipating a move to the upside for a little correction, then for the trend to continue. So now that we have this basic understanding, let's move to the 4-hour time frame. Let's move to the 4-hour time frame and see how we are going to trade this particular one. You can see that now, as I updated the charts in the course of the week, that we are expecting a move to the upside. Now we are getting that particular move. So in this particular week, we will expect a short-term strength in the dollar index. We will be expecting a short-term strength in the dollar index. Once we get that particular strength, we will be getting another move to the downside. So if you check, we are expecting a three-way move like this. And because it's a correction, if it's a wave two correction, we are not expecting the triangle and the other stuffs. But now we are expecting a three-wave move, which it has really started. Once we get a wave two correction, we are going to go to the downward move, just like indicated. So this will be going to be our wave one, and this is going to be our wave two. So now wait for the correction. If you are in a sell setup from the top, like those who joined us in taking the trades from the top, then you can leave it and wait for the correction to finish. Once the correction finishes, you can add up to your trade. But if you are not yet in the sell setup, if you are not yet in any sell setup, wait for the pullback. Once the pullback is done, you can sell at the break of that pullback. You can sell at the break of that pullback you are going to get to continue the trend continuation. We have a lot of people joining us now. A lot of people. I'm seeing Madden. I'm seeing Ananta from Nepal. We have Castor Edel from Germany. We have Kingsley watching us from Germany. We as globally we have a lot of people, and if you really want to understand the market, it's not about trading. It's not about lifestyle. It's about understanding what the market is doing, and really trading as an art, not just a science, like just maybe with this, when this and that crosses, you do this. When you really understand how to market, analyze the market very well. But one thing I need to warn you about it is, it comes with consistency. When everyone started as as a trader, there will be times the market will not make sense to you. But if you don't give up, let's say you've taken the wave theory as your form of analysis, you've taken maybe supply and demand, you've taken any analysis, the more that you master it, though some of the methodologies like Elliott Wave have an edge over some of them, but irrespective of what you are doing, irrespective of what which of the analysis that you have you are taking, it's all about consistency. It's all about understanding and mastering. Don't be jumping strategies and be jumping methodologies, because that is going to make you fall under this particular cycle of doom, because you will not master anything. If you are finding a hard time understanding it, though, get a foundations. If you want, I have a lot of great courses in the membership area which you can check it out if you want to get a strong foundation. But even after taking the course, or if after getting the foundation, you need to practice. That is why I always try to give charts. I always try to do live streams to give you lifetime rare example of how these markets are being analyzed. So without understanding, don't give up. I know a lot of people are struggling, a lot of people are losing money in trading, but it's really worth it. We all went through that particular cycle. I blew different accounts. I'm not going to hide it and pretend as if I have a holy growth strategy where I just got into here. Every successful trader who want to tell you the truth went through the same process we went through. You go through the process before you perfect your craft. So don't give up. The new traders who are among us, trading is not as easy as people make it looks. If it is that easy, then everyone was going to be a millionaire. But the market really pays those who are persistent and who are ready to learn and improve themselves. So if you are giving up, this is just a motivation. I'm just putting it along so that people will understand that trading is a career. It's not just a get rich scheme. So understand it, play by the rules of it, and it's going to really pay you very well. So now we've understood what we are getting on the dollar index. So now let's jump straight into the Euro USD and see how we are going to get this particular one. I think with the Euro USD, let me give you what I'm looking at in the higher time frame, in the daily time frame in the Euro USD. So in the legendary trade room, this is what we've uploaded on February 5th. So we are expecting this particular 5-wave move. We were expecting a WXY with an ABC with a 5-wave move down, and after that we've had this particular spike which we were looking at. Before we continue with the spike, I always say that once you have a move to the upside, always wait for a correction. Don't just jump on a spike, because the thing is, price can, this same thing can even be an ABC. This can be like an A B with a wave C being a spike. So there can be a drop. That is why we always wait for correction. So forecasting is different from trading. So now it is the correction that will make you know what the market wants to do after that. what the market wants to do after that. So now with this understanding, let's jump straight into the 4 hour time frame and see what how we are going to trade it this particular week. How we are going to trade it this particular week. So if you look at the 4 hour time frame, this is what I've been looking at. I'm looking at a four wave, a five wave impulsive wave. In the lower time frame, I'm not seeing the end of the impulse. So I'm seeing a wave one, a wave two, a wave three, of we getting a wave four. Once we finalize the wave four, I'll be expecting a move, one more move to the upside for wave five before we expect the three wave move to the downside. Once we get the correction, we are going to buy to continue this particular trend. But it depends on the time frame that you are trading from. It depends on the kind of whether you are a swing trader, whether you are a scalper. When we give these forecasts, you need to inculcate in the kind of trader that you are. Sometimes when I share the higher time frames, the way I'll be entering trades in the lower time frames is different from the higher time frame. You can see that when I was sharing the daily, I was expecting this downward move, but when I came to the 4 hour, I'm still doing a count of the sub waves of the lower time frames to know whether the five wave is completed. And you can see that now I'm having a wave one, two, three, four, expecting a move to the upside. If you're a swing trader, you'll not be interested in those short moves. You wait for these bigger moves and catch the impulses like this. But if you're a scalper, you can scale down and be entering trades as it happens. But it all comes with getting very good analysis before you proceed and enter trades. If you are watching us live now, give me comments in the comment section, hashtag live. And if you are watching the replay version later too, let me know in the comment section, hashtag replay, as we continue the live stream. So now that we've understand what we are going to do with the Euro USD, let's quickly also look at what is happening on gold. With the rest, I've been sharing more on the higher time frames, so you can look at our subsequent videos. Or if you're also a member of the legendary trade room, you can also check the charts from there. So I will not go to the higher time frames in these particular streams. The In this particular gold section, we've been tracking a triangle. So this being our wave D, we're anticipating an ABC, which if you can remember, we've been trading these things. I've been giving countless forecasts on it from as this wave X formed. We caught this particular move to the downside. So now we are under this section. We are now in this section. We are now in this section. So what we are expecting now, is when this particular wave 2 is going to finish. So one ways to do that is always using your fib to check, to create a zone to know when the particular move is finishing. If you look at this particular one now, we are inside this 50 to 61.8 fib zone. Sometimes I do create a lot of fib cluster. But now I for the purposes of time, I will not be able to create that kind of fib cluster. But if you have taken any of my courses, you understand how this Trojan horse strategy works and how we create these fib clusters. So now we can see that we are tracking these two particular scenario. First, I was looking at this particular channel. At the same time, the bigger channel, this blue channel of the WXY, where we had a breakout of it, can also serve as the support of it can now also serve as a resistance. So inside this particular zone, now we are anticipating a move to the downside. But before you trade, once you're expecting a move from a particular zone, you just don't sell from that particular zone. Wait for price to give you that kind of indication of a reversal. So now, once we will wait for us to get, if we get a drop, the drop alone is not enough for you to sell. If you get a drop on a daily or on a 4 hour, you will still get a small correction on the lower time frame. Once you get the correction, that is the indication that, okay, there has been a lot of confirmation that this particular thing is going to come down. Then you can continue your move to the downside. If you look at the bigger picture, it just what I'm talking about just happened even in the bigger picture. Before this, you see, if you look at this particular move, this same move, we have an associated correction to it before the market came down. So the way the correction is going to be is going to show you whether the market is going to come down or not. That is how trading always moves in cycles, it moves in waves. That is the understanding of it. So, and it applies in all time frames, irrespective of the time frame that you are trading it from. The time frame that you are trading from, it really applies. It really applies to it. Now, so now we are waiting for a reversal sign. We are waiting. I do have an alternative count, but I'm not going to confuse you with the alternative count. As price stays within this particular high and low, anything happening between it is a correction. Is a correction. Then once we get a particular move to the downside, we will look for the correction and move to the down and sell for a downward move for this particular trend continuation, because we have had an A, we are looking for a B, so we are anticipating a 5 wave move to the downside, which will coincide with what we are anticipating in the bigger picture. So now let's move to the, if you have any questions, you can be leaving them in the chat, in the comment section. Once we have time, we are going to look at all these. Today's live stream, I want to inculcate a little bit of teaching into the live stream, so that people who are struggling with the understanding the wave theory will get a bit aspect of it. That is why I'm taking my time in this particular stream, in this particular episode. Let's look at the USD Japanese Yen. If you look at the USD Japanese Yen, we've been tracking this, but today, for the sake of that, I'm giving a free version of you having a feel of what is inside the trading room. What is inside the trading room? Apart from this is the actual trade room that we have, but we have a members dashboard and the trade room. So this is how our trade room looks like. And this is also the members dashboard of that particular trade room. So if you really want to join, just go to www.pairmarkets.com, pairmarkets.com, and enjoy the subscriptions that we do. We are having a 70% price discount now, where you can join us and get all these analysis that I'm talking about. So now let's jump to the USD Japanese Yen and look at the daily time frame quickly, and jump on what we are expecting today. So in the daily time frame, we are expecting an ABC. So we've had this wave A, this wave B for a triangle, and we are anticipating this particular wave C. So now I'm looking at a 1, 2, 3, then a wave 4, with the wave 4 being a triangle of an ABCDE, an ABCDE. So once we have this particular triangle, the breakout of the wave D will be a bullish confirmation. So let's jump straight into the lower time frames. Time frames and see how we are going to have an entry in this particular move. So this is our wave 1. This is our wave. So on the 4-hour time frame, we have this particular 5 wave for wave 1. So what we are anticipating is to get a 3-wave move like this for wave 2. Then we are going to look for buy setups to continue this particular trend, this particular move to the upside for the final wave 5, which will subdivide into 5 waves. But this particular section is going to be a bullish confirmation, of 115.678. That is the when it breaks out from this particular wave D. But once you can use your fib to track when you are going to get a market turning point from this particular wave 2, and once we get that, we are going to sell for an upward move. So now we are anticipating a one more move to the downside like this. Then we will start looking for this particular buy setup. So now let's look at the other pairs. Okay, Arena is saying the teaching is a gem and I'm learning every day. Okay, thank you. Elena is also a premium member in the trading room, and we'll be having on now. I've introduced Wednesdays with Wavematics midweek forecast for members only too. That in that particular live stream, so we do a lot of teaching in it, but that one is going to be members only. But even if you don't have money to afford, my main goal is to make sure that you become profitable. If you become profitable, if I cannot help you in becoming making money, I don't even deserve your money. So mine is whether you can afford the trading room or not. If you follow the free even shows that I also have, though it doesn't really go detailed as the members side, but still you will learn a lot. You will learn. I'm a man who believes in value, that we always need to add value to us, whether you can afford it or not. I will do my best to always try and give you the best resources that you need, the best resources that you need. So let's quickly look at this pound USD. This pound USD, in the pound USD, for the purposes of time, we will not go into the higher time frame. So let's look at this particular 4 hour time frame. We've had a wave one, black wave one, with a 5 wave move, and we are anticipating an ABC correction for a wave two. This particular move gave us a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for wave A. So I'm anticipating, I was tracking this particular wave A correction, but it gives a 5 wave impulsive move. So once it's a 5 wave impulsive move, we it cannot be our wave B. It cannot be our wave B. So I'm anticipating we getting a move to the downside, like an ABC, price moving to the upside. Once we get an ABC, we will start looking for another impulsive move to finish this particular 3 wave move. But it's a wave B correction that we are anticipating. So as the zigzags are mostly our first form of correction, we do anticipate our first form of uh correction that we do anticipate. But at the end of the day, it can be a triangle, it can be any complex correction. But whenever you are forecasting the market, first start with forecasting with a 3 wave pattern. Then as more pricing develops, as more price action develops, then you can move to the subsequent pattern progressions as it happens. So now we are anticipating a move to the upside, and a move to for this black wave C. Once we get that particular move to the downside, we will start looking for a breakout of the correction that will happen to get this particular wave C. After that, we will start looking for reversal signs, looking divergence and other confirmation factors that we use in our trading to see if price is going to give us this move to the downside for a wave two before price continues. If you are watching us also from YouTube, do subscribe to our channel. Do subscribe to our YouTube channel, and also click on the notification bell, because now I'm going to introduce a program. But before that, in this particular week, we will try and hit from now to try and hit 1,000 subscribers, because I want to do a teaching series on YouTube. But most of our followers are on our channel on YouTube now. So I will indulge everyone that if you are really following us, if you look at our Facebook group, and we have thousands of people there. Go to our channel. I'm going to leave it in the comment section. Do go to Peter Pearl channel, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, so that we can start the educational series also on YouTube. So now let's quickly jump to the next pair. Let's look at the USD Swiss. In this particular USD Swiss, in that part, we are also tracking a triangle for this particular move, and if you look at our previous charts, I was anticipating this particular move to the downside. We've got this particular move. We are now anticipating a wave B. So once we have the wave B, we will look for a reversal sign to get this particular move to the downside. For a wave C to complete this D. Then if we get this particular one more move of a wave E, then we will start looking of a trend continuation to get a bigger A, B for a triangle, and a move downside for C for this particular triangle. So now wait for this particular wave B to finish. Because if you look at the dollar index, we are anticipating a dollar weakness on the higher time frames. When the dollar is weakening, we will start looking to catch this particular trade for the wave D. But as it stands now, wait for more confirmations before the wave B completes, and you can sell on the breakout of the wave B to really complete this particular one. Let's quickly look at I think oil, we've been going through it for some time now, and now this is what we are anticipating: a wave one, two. The wave three is giving us an extended wave. So we are seeing a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Whether this is the end of the wave five or not, we are waiting for how the current price action is forming. Once we get a wave five, we will be looking for a bigger correction for a wave 4 and a final wave to the downside to complete the bigger picture of. I've been going through the higher time frames in our previous streams, and also it's also in the members area, so you can check our previous streams or the members area and have a look a look at it and have a look at it. Okay, okay, Madden, because of time, I will not be able to teach most of the things like the ABC and other things in this particular stream. So I'm going to do subsequent lessons in YouTube and other things to teach these things. So I'm going to answer your question, but not in this particular stream. I'm going to answer your question not in this particular stream. If you look at the AUD Japanese Yen, we've been tracking this particular triangle for if you watched our previous 2 weeks. Even I posted when we were looking at this particular with Y, that once we get it, we are going to get a move to the upside, and once this particular move was going on, I really talked about we getting a breakout of this particular triangle. Now we've had a breakout. So now, as it stands now, once we had a breakout, I always said that wait for a correction. This correction looks a little sharp. Though it can be, this can be a wave 1, this can be a wave 2. But now I there is a possibility of it coming down one more time to give you an ABC of the wave 2 being here before we go out. So we go to the upside. So if you are not in this particular trade, watch the lower time frames very well. But if you get a move to the upside like this and get a correction this way, then you can start buying for the trend continuation. But wait for a correction, because the current price action looks more of a correction, which can give us a one more drop before we go down. This giving us a wave 1, a wave 2. And whenever you are trading triangles, if you're even trading from this particular session, you need to be very careful, because this when we break the wave D, that is where we get our confirmation level. But as we stay inside the triangle, you can trade it, but you really need to be careful, because price can even drop. But if you're looking at the current price action, it's very interesting, and we can get a good setup from that particular one. Okay, let's also quickly look at the euro pound. The euro pound, with the euro pound, let me show you the daily time frame on the members area. So this is what we are looking on the daily time frame. Okay, let me quickly give a bonus of the weekly. So this, in the weekly, we are looking at a WXY, a WXY. So with Y being, and we are anticipating an ABC. So we've had this A, and I'm seeing a WXY for this. So we are anticipating a strength in the euro to give us this particular wave Y. So if we jump to this particular section, now we are seeing that particular move to the upside. So if this being our wave 1, then we are anticipating a move to the downside, to give us this particular 3 wave for a wave 2. But I'm not a fan of selling wave A's. So if you really want to sell, wait for the wave A to finish. Then once you get a wave B correction, you can sell the wave C. Because if you sell, most times if you try to catch the tops of wave A, price can go upstairs and go to the upside and take you out before it continues. So I always wait for the wave A to finish. Then we wait for wave B, then sell the wave C. So now that is what we are looking for this particular move. We are waiting for this three wave correction. Then we will quickly look at a move to the upside. Okay, Madden is also asking of BTC. Okay, let me quickly look at it. Once he has requested in the live stream, let me check cryptos. Okay, now in crypto, this is what we are anticipating. This particular analysis, we've looked at it for some time. There's a potential of we getting a wave 4 triangle of an ABCDE, and ABCD. We were having two scenarios, and I remember I told you the last time that we will wait for a confirmation. This was the first scenario, the second scenario that we were looking at. That okay, if the wave 4 comes to into the territory of wave 1, we would discard this particular scenario and move with the triangle scenario, so to how to trade this particular this week. Now we are having a wave 1 and a wave 2. So what we are waiting is to get a move to the upside. So once we have a 5 wave move of a wave 3, 4, and 5, once we get a 5 wave move of a wave 3, 4, and 5, that is going to be our wave A for the triangle. So we will anticipate a wave B and a move upside for a C. So once we get that particular C, we will anticipate another move to the downside. So it's we will get something like this: an A, B, C. Then we will look for this particular wave V, and the price is going to continue. This is one scenario of it. You know, whenever you are tracking a triangle for wave C, this can also be the wave 4, can also be here for us to continue. But as it stands now, we will first track this 3 wave move. Then after eight we are going to continue. From there. So we are tracking a triangle scenario for wave 4. I'm going to post the higher time frame for you to know what is happening on the bigger picture. Before we continue. That is all. If you have any other questions, you can let me know in the comment section. And in the course of the week, I'm going to do another stream where we are going to look more into the indices also to know what is happening on the DAX, the Nasdaq, S&P 500. I'm trying to separate the streams so that we will get the other pairs with the indices and more cryptos also in the course of the week. So that is all for now. If you really want to join us in the members trading room, you can go to pairmarkets.com. And take advantage of the current pricing. Because if you go to pairmarkets.com, this is the pricing what we are having now. We are having all these prices are on 70% now. We are having the 47 per month. We are having the 6 month subscription, which is at 147. And now we are even running a promotion where the Wavematics Forex Accelerator course, where we go much deeper into the Elliott wave and a whole lot of it. Now we've added it to the annual subscription. So if you take that the 197 annual subscription, it comes with the course for free. It comes with the course for free. So the promotion is going to end by the end of this particular month. So do well and take advantage of it before our prices move to its normal prices. You can get the course and everything for free now by visiting pairmarkets.com and take advantage of this particular one. So that will be all for now. If you have any other questions, and if you have any other things you want me to look into the course of the stream, whether you are watching a replay version of it, you leave it in the comment section. I'll attend to it and update the charts in the course of the week. My name is Peter Pearl, and I'm out for now.